Security expert Darlington Umoru joins me now to talk about this. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning. My pleasure being here once again.
Absolutely. We are glad to have you. Now, when you look at the rising insecurity in the Southeast, the recent developments, would you say that Ebubeagwu, the new security outfit for the region, is the answer to addressing that?
Well, I don't think it's completely the answer. In the first instance, what we're experiencing across the country now is like taking away confidence from constitutional security arrangement, as provided by the Nigerian Constitution. Okay? We saw that first in the Southwest. It took several discussions before it was accepted, and then the government had to talk of look at the constitutional aspect of it when they advised Amotekun, the governors from the Southwest, to follow the constitution, and that there's nothing like a regional security outfit in the Nigerian constitution.
Right.
So what you have, you were permitted to have what is like a state security outfit, and then you harmonize them. Let your state assemblies
back it up with laws.
Back it up with laws, yes, and then it becomes constitutional. But I'm sure the Southeast governors have had to take what happened in the Southwest before Amotekun came to being into consideration before making these pronouncements. But what we are gradually having now is almost like regional police, the regional policing. It tells you that confidence is being taken away from the federal arrangement, where you have the federal government, the center controlling the security agencies. Okay, if states and regions are beginning to feel
pull resources together to address issues.
Yes, it tells you that the confidence in the federal arrangement is failing, according to.
But are we seeing it as that? Because there has been before now calls for state policing to addressing all of the issues that we are witnessing now before it got to this magnitude. And with this evolving regional security outfits, shouldn't we now begin to look at pushing for all of the states policing that we have been calling for, and perhaps the government looking to tinker with the constitution to allow for that?
Well, what you have said is absolutely correct, but again, it is not for you and I to decide or determine. It is actually the matter for both the executive and the National Assembly, to put heads together and see that come true. But be that as it may, because all of that is yet to come to pass, and we're having rising security challenges across the country, particularly before now. We've seen the security outfit put up by IPOB, the ESN, and then there are accusing fingers. People are pointing accusing fingers at the ESN as to what happened recently in Owerri, talking about the jail break and the burning down of the police headquarters, and I think it's another zonal headquarters. Well, the ESN was actually brought by IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, when he talked about having to raise a security outfit that will protect their people from the kidnappers in the forest, from the herders in the forest, from all other insecurity arrangement. That arrangement, was it constitutional? The answer before the eyes of the federal government is absolutely no. And they've been performing. Don't forget that at a point in time, they had clashes with the Nigerian security agencies, particularly the Nigerian military in Olu. We had a fighting between the military and ESN at a point in time. But whether you like it or not, the ESN has gone beyond not being oppressed or taken out of operation. And well, for now, we've had accusations and counter-accusations.
Absolutely.
For instance, the former Inspector General of Police, IGP Adamu, did say from preliminary investigation shortly before he left office showed that the heinous crime that was committed in Owerri
carried out by the IPOB members?
Were carried out by ESN and the IPOB members. While the Uzodinma, the governor, said no, it wasn't them.
That it had political coloration.
Yes, that it was the politicians. And for him to tell us that that was done by the politicians, it meant that he already has security reports that told him that these were the people. But what he has not done, that is my grouse, is not enough to continue to point accusing fingers at people. You're suspecting them, you are making allegations and all of that. Give us the names of those you think.
He said he wouldn't give names because of the investigation still going.
Then he should have.
He does not want to interfere. That's what he said.
But he had interfered. If you had information, for goodness sake, if you had information and you know you didn't want to talk about the names of those who were involved and you were sure about them, then you shouldn't have come out to the world to tell the world that those crimes were committed by politicians. Politicians who were apparently, to him, not in agreement with his government. So if he made that comment at all, it meant that if he does not know those, if he had not been told those, if he does not believe what the intelligence gathering they are giving to him, by whoever, apparently he ought not to have come to the public to tell us that it was not these persons, that it was these persons. And if you're saying it's these persons,
to this statement that he's making.
Well, this is the problem we've been having about security matters. Why do you politicize security issues? We've had this from governors. You remember the Zamfara state governor? Is the statement he made at a point in time?
Yes.
And then you remember they are not just only the people saying this. Look, security people are no spirits. They need information and they need to analyze those information to get proper intelligence. If you have any information as the governor of the state, you're supposed to give them to the police who were doing investigation as to finding out who committed that crime. As the chief security officer of your state, the #1 man, are you not supposed to work hand in hand with the security agencies to finding out whoever committed those crimes before you make pronouncements? And when you made those pronouncements, you are now coming back to tell us that you don't want to name them because investigation was still going on. So why not wait up until the investigation was concluded, and then when it was time to tell the people or prosecute persons, then you make those pronouncements? Please, you see, one challenge, one thing that pains me so much here is when we begin to politicize security matters.
Because lives are involved.
Lives are involved. Do you know what the security implication of what has happened as a result of that jailbreak in Owerri? I draw your attention to what happened in Benin during the EndSARS, when there was a jailbreak in Benin. Since after that time, we have had series of problems in Edo State, which extended to Delta State. I got a security report recently. Some persons were arrested for committing crimes in Delta State, armed robbery and all of that, and murder. Lo and behold, these persons confessed that they were part of those who were released from the Benin prisons, who have been rearrested. And then look at the number of persons who left the Owerri prisons. About 2,000, they said. Aside from how many that returned, 30-something, and then 5 stayed put and said they were not going to leave. And then the question I often ask is, those of them who refused to leave and who came back, have you investigated how much time they were supposed to have left in the prisons? Was it favorable to them if they ran away and rearrested and be prosecuted again? You know, there's a fixed
period of time.
Not just period of time for running away from jail. There's already a particular, I think, amount of number of years you are meant to reserve again. So what we are saying is, until these governors stop playing politics with security matters. We will not go anywhere. They will come back. They will come out at the time the matter is burning to tell us they have an idea of those who were responsible for the issue or to those issues,
and not give names.
At the end of the day, they come back to tell you that they will not give names, and they end up not giving names, for goodness sake, because immunity covers them. If a common man makes that kind of statement, would he not be arrested? Have we not seen a common man who made such statement who was arrested recently? At the end of the day, he said he got his report. He got that information from reports. For goodness sake, security issue is not what anybody should toy with. He quickly accused the other politicians. Look at what between Uzodimma and Okorocha.
Yes.
Look at Okorocha's recent statement now. That all of this was caused by Uzodimma himself.
Because you needed money.
To get loan, to access loans. What is the meaning of all of this, for goodness sake? Where are the statistics? Where did Okorocha get these facts from? If Okorocha actually had these facts, why not go straight to the police and hand it over to the police?
Right.
Who are still investigating this matter. Now the Southeast has decided to have their own kind of Amotekun.
Yeah.
Ebubeagu. Right, which is going to be a regional police this thing. And now they are also saying that aside from the body functioning, that the body is going to be serve like a watchdog over other vigilantes. Are we saying that this body is going to also watch over ESN? Or is a mere transformation or a change in nomenclature?
That is what they haven't broken down yet for the people to understand, because they have a long list of things that they spoke about. And they said that they want heads of security agencies to come up with comprehensive lists of their logistics and materials needed that would enhance the fight against criminality. So perhaps as we get along, we'll get to understand better what security networks they would be overseeing over time. They also spoke about the fact that everything required, these people will be equipped. They didn't say if they will be bearing arms, though.
How would they not bear arms? How would they not want to bear arms? At the end of the day, they are just starting. But my challenge is that first, I'm sure they are aware about the processes that Amotekun went through before they got to where they got to.
They must have drawn lessons from that.
Yeah,
I want
to believe so. You know, making the pronouncement is not enough. Have you sent it to the state assemblies?
That is yet to be seen.
To make it constitutional. It is the state assemblies that have the power to pass that law that will enable them function. Is it just enough? Well, let's believe that they have a program, and then this is the first phase, making the pronouncement, and then waiting to get feedbacks and all of that. But what my challenge is, at the end of the day, my fear is that I just hope that these regional security bodies will perform according to their primary responsibility that will be given to them, one, and then let's also hope that during elections, that they will not be converted.
This has always been the fear.
This is the fear, because as soon as it becomes a regional thing that is controlled by the governors, who are the politicians? Are you saying they will not also serve or find the ambers of the politicians when the time comes? I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking aloud. And I hope I should be understood. Now, if these bodies are formed by politicians, particularly in regions, now we have one in Southwest, we're having one in Southeast, South will come up with theirs, and then the North too will begin to have.
Part of the North has theirs.
I'm talking about all the regions. We have 6 regions.
Yeah.
It's growing across regions now. The Southern region has 3 regions, while the North also has 3 regions. Now we're looking at what is going to become regional security arrangements that will cut across all the regions eventually, because it has started and is spreading like a wildfire. But 2023 is behind.
It's by the corner.
Just beside us now. And then I just hope that at the end of the day, the essence will not be abused and turned out to be a political force, to be used to do what they know how best to do. What my concern is particularly is the lives and property of the common man. Is there no way of is there not Is there not a means of finding a way of reconciling all of these people with the established security arrangements? Who supervises them? Who do they report to? We know that the national security arrangements, they have somebody, they have heads they report to, and then they have people they take instructions from.
Yes.
But these people, who do they take instructions from? From the state governors.
Absolutely.
From the state governors. And then so their remuneration and whatever it is will come from the state governors. At the end of the day, would the state governors be agitating that these people should bear arms? What kind of security arrangement would they be, and how would they function? Would they be able to function without small arms?
So there has to be some level of checks and balances in their activities.
That is what it's supposed to be. But I hope all of this arrangement has been put in place. They have to be checked. And then it should not be abused at the end of the day. Let it be sincerely that the primary purpose they are giving to the world, all of the regions that will come out with regional security outfits, will be exactly what it's going to be. Because the fear of so many out there is that some of these regional security outfits at the end of the day could turn out to be people who will be aiding politicians during elections. That is where we are now. Vis-a-vis, well, nobody...
And that's where the trust issue still comes in.
There will always be that issue of trust. Is everybody confident of what is happening? Now, if you have a regional outfit, a Bubu-Agu, that is not connected with ESN, how would they function?
They should be able to function without the ESN.
Who supervises who? ESN has their own motive. They say they are claiming to be the Eastern Security outfit. The governors are bringing out theirs to say this is their own regional security outfit. But the governors have said
that they do not want, because what the ESN network is, they have what they are championing, which has to do with the Biafra. And the governors have come out to say that they are not supporting that. They are supporting government's fight against insecurity, but they are not supporting Biafra. And so we want to believe that they are also trying to check the activities of the ESN as they are coming up with this network as well.
Well, if you allow me to borrow from your words, if you say you want to believe, ESN has said they have taken over security arrangement from the southeastern region. And then if the governors are saying that they do not believe in ESN, I made two pronouncements initially. I said, one, let me also borrow from your terminology. I want to believe that it's not just a change of nomenclature, that it's not ESN that is being transformed into a Bubu-Agu. And then if not, if you have ESN operating and then you have a Bubu-Agu, supposedly, from what the governors have been given the mandate of taking charge of all other security outfit vigilantes, they call them.
Yes.
Of course, you want to say ESN is a vigilante. How would they function? Pari passu? Is it possible? But well, let's watch. It's unfolding. For now, nobody will be able to draw conclusion. But one thing that is important is that each regions are trying to find a way of protecting their people and properties, particularly from insecurity. We have these issues of headers, we have these issues of kidnappers, we also have the issues of bandits. But we have also forgotten, like this morning it was in the papers, that police have helped the headers to recover some rustled cows. Yeah. That's why some people don't even know that even the headers, they suffer from the hands of the other
rustlers, or the rustlers. Well, we have to leave the conversation here now. Security expert Darlington Omoru, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.